Have you ever wondered how your ears work? These small sensory organs have some pretty amazing functions that most people don't know about. So get ready to unlock the mysteries of your ears as we explore the inner workings of these fascinating body parts. We all have two ears, one on each side of our head, and each ear is made up of three main parts: the outer ear, middle ear, and inner ear. The outer ear is what you see on the outside of a person's head, and it's made up of the pinna, or auricle, and the ear canal. The pinna is the part of the ear that you can see, and it's shaped like a funnel to help collect sound waves and direct them into the ear canal. The ear canal is a tube that leads to the middle ear, and as sound waves travel through the ear canal, they cause the eardrum to vibrate. The middle ear is an air-filled space that contains three tiny bones called the malleus, incus, and stapes. These bones are connected to each other in a way that when the eardrum vibrates, the malleus bone also vibrates. The malleus is attached to the incus, and when it vibrates, it causes the incus to vibrate as well. The incus is then connected to the stapes, and when it vibrates, the stapes also vibrates. This transfer of vibrations from one bone to the next is what we call the chain reaction. The chain reaction amplifies the sound vibrations and sends them through the oval window into the inner ear. The oval window is a membrane-covered opening that leads to the inner ear. The inner ear is filled with a fluid called the endolymph. When the sound vibrations hit the oval window, they create a wave in the endolymph. This wave travels through the cochlea, which is a spiral-shaped tube in the inner ear. As the wave moves through the cochlea, it stimulates the hair cells in the organ of Corti to bend. The organ of Corti is a structure in the cochlea that contains the hair cells. When the hair cells bend, they send signals to the brainstem via the auditory nerve. The brainstem then processes these signals and interprets them as sound. But the ears do more than just hear. They also help us balance. Each ear contains a vestibular system, which is made up of three semicircular canals and two otolith organs. The semicircular canals are fluid-filled tubes that are arranged in a right angle to each other. They help us detect rotational movements of the head, such as when we're spinning around in a circle. The otolith organs contain tiny crystals of calcium carbonate. When the head moves, the crystals shift in the direction of the movement, which triggers a response in the hair cells. This response is sent to the brain via the vestibular nerve, where it's interpreted as a change in head position or movement. So those are the basic functions of the ears. But did you know that there are some other interesting facts that you might not know about? For example, did you know that you can be hypnotized by rubbing your ears? Rubbing your ears in a certain way can actually put you into a hypnotic state. This is because the ears are very sensitive to pressure and vibration, and when they're stimulated in a particular way, it can trigger a response in the brain that makes it easier to focus on one thing and block out everything else. In fact, there are even some medical conditions that can make it easier to get hypnotized, such as epilepsy and schizophrenia. Another interesting fact about the ears is that they can help you find your way in the dark. This is because the ears are able to detect sounds that are coming from different directions, and this ability is called sound localization. When you're in a room with some noise, your ears will automatically turn in the direction of the sound. This is because the ears are able to detect the subtle differences in volume and timing between the two ears, which allows you to pinpoint the location of the sound. This ability is so strong that blind people who rely on their hearing to navigate the world often develop an almost superhuman ability to localize sounds. The ears can also tell you if someone is behind you, even if you can't see them. This is because the ears are able to pick up on the change in air pressure that happens when someone walks behind you. This change in pressure creates a low-pitched sound that's picked up by the ears. And because the sound is coming from behind you, it reaches one ear before reaching the other. This difference in timing allows you to tell that someone is behind you, even if you can't see them. And if you think that's cool, wait until you hear this. The ears can also detect the gender of the person who's talking to you. This is because the ears are able to pick up on the higher frequencies of sound that are produced by female voices. These higher frequencies are in the range of 2 to 4 kilohertz, and they're much more difficult for the ears to detect than the lower frequencies of male voices. But believe it or not, the ears are able to do it, and they're able to do it with an accuracy of around 70%. The ears can also detect the age of a person by the sound of their voice. This is because the vocal cords of older people tend to become thinner and weaker with age, which produces a lower pitch sound. This lower pitch is easier for the ears to detect, and they can use this information to estimate the age of the person that they're hearing. However, it's important to note that this ability is not very accurate, and it's often off by several years. But wait, there's more. The ears can also tell if someone is smiling while they're talking to you. This is because the lips play a role in shaping the sound of the voice, and when someone is smiling, their lips are naturally pulled back, which changes the sound of their voice. The ears are able to detect these changes, and it can tell whether or not the person is smiling. These abilities may seem like something out of a superhero movie, but they're real and they're happening right now. So the next time you're in a situation where you need to be aware of your surroundings, pay attention to the sound. It could save your life. Speaking of sounds, did you know that each ear has its own unique fingerprint? This is because the shape of the ear canal is unique to each person, and this shape affects the way that sound waves travel through the ear canal. This creates a unique acoustic signature for each ear, and it's so precise that it can be used to identify individuals. Another interesting fact about the ears is that they are able to adapt to different environments. This means that the ears can adjust to different levels of noise and different acoustic environments. This is important because it allows us to communicate effectively in a variety of settings. Finally, the ears are also able to heal themselves. If you get an ear infection, for example, your body will send white blood cells to fight the infection and repair any damage that's been done. This is an amazing ability that helps us stay healthy and avoid hearing loss. As we've seen, the ears are truly amazing organs that allow us to hear, balance, and interact with the world around us. They're complex and delicate, yet they're also strong and resilient. So the next time you take your hearing for granted, just remember how amazing your ears really are. Now, here's a question for you. What do you think is the most amazing fact about the ears that we didn't mention in this video? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching.